Welcome to Super Kelly Brothers podcast. I'm just a simple man trying to make my way through the universe.
And my name's Jody Kelly.
Hello.
Oh, it's you, Sloan.
It's me.
Oh, what a surprise. What a surprise.
Is
it true you can only wear that thing for about 10 seconds?
Yes, and then you immediately get helmet hair.
You look as if you would have perm.
It just goes like it. Look at this. Look at that. I look like I'm Shemp from the Three Stooges now. What's going on here?
Straight out the salon.
Salon selected.
I didn't realise that's what that did.
Yeah, and it grows a beard as well. It's weird.
Wow. Who'd have thunk it?
Can't do my way in there. It's all staticky as well. Just doesn't help. Yeah. So it's kind of
wouldn't do that because your hood up.
I thought that as well, but apparently when you rub plastic, which is the majority of that helmet, against something that's this, then it just creates static, and you end up with this kind of weird kind of I don't know what you would call it thing.
I'm not going to mention anything.
I'll get this hair for the rest of the show. So, did you have a nice Christmas? Cheers. Merry Christmas.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year and all that kind of stuff when it comes. And happy holidays and things. I was going to say something there. It was going to be profound. It wasn't profound at all. But how was Christmas?
It was a very good Christmas we had, considering. I think maybe because we expected it to be a bit kind of, COVID-y, rubbishy, lockdowny type thing. It was actually okay.
All right.
In fact, it was better than okay, I would say. It was better than okay. It was really good. I'll talk you through the day. With a cracking
just
opening of presents. I can see that. We had a great opening of presents because Santa arrived and he didn't arrive. We never saw him, obviously, but anyway, he laid out all the presents for Danny.
Yeah,
and his last present was this big box, and he'd asked for an Oculus Quest, and I was like, I don't think Santa will be able to get you that. It's quite something. So he started opening it, and there was like a picture of Jurassic World, and then there was something else on the box, and then the logo for the Oculus, and he just went, no. And he ran out of the room.
Oh, really?
And he came back in, and he was like, aye, and he was like totally crying with joy.
Like, oh, wow.
Tears of joy. And
tears in his eyes, I guess.
I was totally, aye. And I was like totally emotional as well for him. So it was fantastic. It was great.
That's good.
This is it. In fact, this is it here. Doing a bit of a show and tell tonight.
I should probably zoom in on you. Yes, let me zoom in on you.
And it's
so it's all one unit now, isn't it? The Oculus.
Yeah, you don't need a PC. Although what I didn't realise was that when you want to play Steam games on it, you have to do a kind of, you have to tick off that you can play games that are out with the main store.
Oh, okay.
And stuff like that. So then once you take that off, you have to do a couple more things. Do the virtual keyboard, plug it into your laptop,
your machine,
and or whatever it is.
So you playing Alex at night then?
Well, we haven't downloaded it yet, but
okay.
That's the one that we're going to get.
Yeah.
So you're wired in, which is a bit. That's the whole point of that is so you're not wired, but
yeah.
Anyway, we've set it up as far as I could go. Then I was YouTubing it and going, how come the YouTubers that are telling you how to do this are wireless? Then you need to download a thing that costs $14.99, do something else, and I'm like, no, I'll just do wired, I think.
Yeah.
Half-Life Alex is that's the the one we're going
Yeah.
to get for that. But we've got
It's supposed to be really
got the
good.
Climb. Yeah, I mean, compared to the PS4 VR, it's like mind-blowingly good.
Really?
It's probably the resolution's perfect.
Oh wow.
I mean, the PS4 is good, but it's a little bit grainy. But yeah,
Does it suffer from that?
Like,
Does it suffer from screen door? The PS4.
screen door? What's that?
Yeah, it looks like like the pixels. You can see the black around the pixels.
Oh right, yeah.
It looks like you're looking at the world through a screen door.
No, I just would say the resolution's not as nearly as good. I'd say that's probably about 4 times better.
Oh wow, okay.
Than the
Jesus.
PS4. It's crystal clear. Crystal clear. So good that actually we went to the shops earlier with me and Evan, and we're driving, and I'm like looking at my hand, going, "That's like my virtual hand in the Star Wars game and stuff."
Oh, were you playing a Batu game?
I got that. Yeah, I thought to myself, well, if Star Wars Land isn't going to come to, I'm not going to get there. It can come to me. So yeah, and Vader Immortal as well.
Oh, nice.
Which is three parts. We've got part 1, which is very intimidating.
We did
very intimidating.
We did the Void at Disney Springs a couple of times,
right?
And it's a VR. It's a VR experience.
Oh yeah.
So you basically get a PC strapped to your back, and then they give you a visor, and you become like you become a rebel infiltrator of a stormtrooper, but you're dressed up as a stormtrooper, and you get blasters, and it is fantastic. It's really good, and it's really well
done. So with
done.
that, I take it the corridors match the VR.
The physical, yeah. So you go into this place, so it's kind of like, I guess it's like the Volume, where it's like some things are real, some things aren't. So when you reach out and touch a wall, the wall's there.
Yeah, it's there.
So it's really, really cool. And you can sit down and stuff, and like they tell you to sit down in bits, and you're like, oh, this is really cool. You're just sitting there getting instructions from K2SO.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. It was the first time I'd ever done like a virtual reality thing that I thought, this is actually good virtual reality. Because I've used the original Oculus, and I thought it was okay, but it had a problem with the kind of screen door thing where you were looking through it, and it did look like you were looking through a screen door.
Oh no! When you see this, see when you're over, and we play this, you will you will want one.
Oh yeah.
See, a clever thing about it as well that I didn't realise. The PS4, you just get the thing, and you've no idea your surroundings whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
What you do with this is, right, you draw a boundary around you, where you're standing, the rug where you're standing or whatever. You push down the floor level so that it's the floor level, and you draw a boundary around. So if you step out that boundary, it switches to like some sort of night. It's like night vision mode that you can see. You actually can see where you are.
Oh wow!
There's a camera on it. Mm-hmm. So if you stick your head out your boundary,
it's awesome.
You're in your living room again. It's utterly brilliant. Utterly brilliant. So clever.
And the guy behind this tech is John Carmack.
Is he again?
What do you mean? Who's he?
Oh no! I'm going to kick myself here, aren't I?
Yeah, the guy that created Doom.
Oh really? Is it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I always think of the other guy with the long hair.
No, that's John. Well, okay, John Romero and John Carmack are the guys that created
Romero.
And the team as well. I mean, American McGee was there. Who else was there? Anyway, a whole bunch of guys were there. But the two main guys at id Software, the guy that came up with the tech is John Carmack, and he's like a year older. I think he's going to turn 50 next year, kind of thing. He's like still in his 40s. This guy just. Mind-blowing genius, just damned good all round.
The only thing that did bother me about it was it's a Facebook product.
You have to sign in with Facebook, don't you?
That?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to log on your Facebook thing.
So
he works
that's
with Facebook.
That's a bit kind of.
They've got everything else. I mean, to be honest, a lot of people go, "Oh, Facebook is the world's worst thing." I use Facebook to promote our videos. That's pretty much all
True.
I use for Facebook
I
for.
know.
So I mean, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they own you, and it's like, well, not really. They own as much as you're willing to share on Facebook. If you're not willing to share stuff on Facebook,
Yeah.
they don't really own you.
True. And to be honest with you, even though you log in, Facebook does not appear anywhere in the
Yeah.
menu or nothing.
Mhm.
You know, even though it's a Facebook product.
Yeah.
Did it always was it always a Facebook product, or did they buy it?
No,
Did they buy the tech?
they bought it. There was originally a Kickstarter, I think, for Oculus, and then
Mhm.
Facebook bought the company because I think the idea was they were going to do like a play for like virtual reality social networking.
Mm,
I don't
mhm.
think it ever came to anything, but I think that's still the end goal because I know
Mm.
Carmack really is determined to sort of do like a holodeck. That's his
Oh, really?
big thing. Yeah, he wants to do the holodeck.
Mhm.
Um,
That's what you feel like you're in, by the way. See when
oh
you put
yeah,
that boundary round, and if you get too close to the boundary, then there's little crisscrosses come up.
uh-huh.
If you get a little bit too close, right? So you know you're, out, ready
Close.
to come out
Yeah,
your boundary type thing.
yeah,
You're close to coming out the boundary. And when you're making it, when you're making the boundary and you're to okay it, there's these
uh-huh.
beams of light or the walls. It's a wall, but you can still
Right.
see the living room.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It's
Wow,
really great.
that's really cool.
I'm telling you, it's 10 times better than the.
Yeah.
I can't go on about it enough. Actually, it's 10 times better than the PS4.
Can I show you what I got?
VR. Yes.
Okay. I got this.
Oh
Which
yeah.
is
Well, yeah. I think you did show us.
yeah, which is the Hasbro Black Series Boba Fett helmet, and that's the inside of it in there. And you can see that
That
there.
looks really quite comfortable.
It's got like a little strap thing that goes across there, but because my big napper doesn't fit in it, I took it out. So when you put it on, it sits okay, but it needs padding
Yeah.
at the top there.
Yeah.
So right now the eye level is here, so you actually see a lot. It feels like you're wearing sunglasses. So you guys can still hear me or
see
not?
a lot.
You can, yeah. It's actually got good visibility.
And with your hood up, then is it more?
It's just a bit
Is it
more
a little bit
padded.
better with your hood up?
Yeah, it's a bit more padded. So what I've done is I've ordered some airsoft tactical helmet padding. Because it's the closest thing I can think of to do it, and it's got like it's foam, it's memory foam, and it's got like sticky back plastic thing on it, and you just throw it to the top there. And so that's my plan, is to sort of do that, because I'm not wearing it all the time, but if I do want to, to the shops. I mean, why not? It's a mask.
True, technically, yeah.
So, and if they get any problems,
I'll
take it off, and I'll just be wearing a paper mask on it underneath. Those disposable ones.
Sloan, you need to do a video of that.
Me walking into Sobeys with that.
You in Walmart or something.
Yeah. Browsing the Star Wars section.
Aye, that'd be cool.
looking at Empire Strikes Back and then throwing it back on the shelf.
Yeah. Empire Strikes Back, throwing it back on the shelf. You having a laugh?
No, because
if this is the show and tell,
it's only in it for a couple of seconds.
Oh, right, okay. If we're talking about show and tell, then Danny also got this. Danny also got this because he thinks it's so cute, which everybody does. Don't think he's on it. Oh, yes, he's on. And then you press his head 3 times for his force powers.
What? That's awesome. That is fantastic.
And he goes to sleep.
What? That is brilliant.
Yes.
I love the blinking of the
Yes.
eyes.
It's good to sleep.
That is fantastic.
It's cute,
That's
isn't it?
really good. Yeah.
It's so quiet. The mechanism is so quiet
Yeah.
as well. Hey,
It's awesome.
what? There you go. He's brilliant.
Toys these days.
Danny loved it. Evelyn loved it. We all loved it actually. That was a real tonic on Christmas Day as well.
It is it's the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back, which is the kind of segue I was going there. And as part of that, I got a couple of things to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. The first one, I think you'll all agree, is pretty cool. It is a Pez dispenser. What says
Excellent,
the 80s
always good.
more than a Pez dispenser? A giant Pez dispenser.
Whoa, dude. That's brilliant.
That dispenses
Oh, that is awesome.
full
A full Pez. That is
full
brilliant.
Pez. So yeah, this is a Darth Vader Pez dispenser.
That's got to be a proper collector's item, that.
And it's chrome as well, which is
That's
very
cool.
nice. So he's going to sit there for just now.
That's very awesome.
Do you have anything else next, or can you want me to go?
Yeah, my main present from Evelyn was this old buggy little fella,
Hey,
which so far hasn't been buggy. It's nice as well, this one, because you get lots of
they've done
get
a
lots of
patch,
stuff
though,
with
haven't
it.
they?
Yeah, they must have done. They must have done. I don't know how bad it was before because I wasn't allowed to play it before Christmas. But so yeah, you get this little world compendium.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I don't know if you get this with every copy. It's just
Nice.
telling you about, because you can either go through. You can go three. People have talked about this on YouTube, but you can go three different. One's like a kind of Max futuristic thing. One's a city one, and one I can't remember what the other one is. They give you a map of Night City as well. I don't know why they don't give you a map of the other places, but I decided to do the Night City one because it's a bit Blade Runner-y and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
and also, can you shift it over a bit to your left?
Right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's a pretty big. It's not kind. It's you have a mission that you've got to do, and you've got to follow a guy, and you get in a car and stuff like that, and then you do kind of a bit of training. Then you've got to infiltrate a kind of gang who've got somebody sort of hostage, and you need to hack a computer and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. You get these what do you call them?
Postcards?
What do you call these? Postcards. Kind of artwork, game artwork type
Nice.
thing.
Kind of concept arty type things. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
a wee bit.
Probably more than that, actually. They're kind of...
All right, kind of in-game renders.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Although they look a wee bit... No, hard to tell, actually. That looks kind of like a painting.
Yeah, that's a bit more concept arty.
Yeah. But they're nice, it's a nice wee pack, and the game looks fantastic. Running in the PS4. I've not obviously jumped to PS5 yet.
Yeah.
But it will happen.
So to speak.
Leapt even. In fact, none of Danny's pals have managed to get a PS5 either.
Oh, really?
Might have been one of... Oh, no, sorry, I tell a lie. His best pal, Caden, got one.
They're kind of like hen's teeth, and it's been kind of...
a
lot of people are a bit annoyed about it.
Yeah.
You're going like, this happened the last time. This happened with the PS4, happened with the PS3, happened with the PS2.
Yeah, but we never. I didn't bother buying into the rush to get one.
Yeah,
because all the games that we were wanting to get were coming out in PS4 anyway. So
yeah,
Danny got the Miles Morales Spider-Man game.
yeah.
And he completed it today.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Like 3 days later.
He completed the main story. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My God.
Yeah.
Has he been playing it non-stop, or?
He's just a total gamer.
Wow.
I know. I was like, what? But he's still playing it because there's loads of side missions and stuff like that. So he's still playing it. But yeah, he's like, Dad, I think I've beaten the game. And I came downstairs and it was the credits rolling.
So how long is the game? Is it like 12 hours, or like what's the main story?
I think it's shorter than the first one.
Oh, really?
Because I don't know if it's because I never watched him play the whole thing, but I think it's shorter, definitely.
Okay.
Although they did have the downloadable content as well, which they probably will for this one as well. But they had that on. Oh no, they didn't have it in day one. That was no, they didn't. But they offered it to you when you bought the game. You know, they said, "Do you want to buy it with the downloadable content?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "No." Well, we ended up getting it anyway.
Yeah.
No. So have you got anything else to show us?
I do, actually. So in keeping with it being the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back, I got this.
Oh, that's nice. Whoa. That is nice.
I don't know if you can see that. 18 plus rating on this, which is bizarre.
Wow.
Given the fact it's, a Lego kit. But yeah,
the
Bespin Jewel. I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing I will be doing. I'll remove one of his hands.
Aye, of course. Didn't have both hands at that point, did he?
I don't think not at that point. No. I love how they've got like Vader doing the outstretched hand.
Aye,
it's just really clever. I don't know.
We keep forgetting that this is a podcast. We should really describe what it is.
This, yeah.
The Bespin Jewel Lego
set. It's the Bespin Jewel, Lego set, which is number.
I just realised I've been showing photographs as well. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Sorry.
It's about 300 pieces in there as well. It wasn't the only one I got. I also got Ben's hut as well from Star Wars. Which I can't reach that over there, but I can show you the pamphlet, which is this guy here, which is Ben's hut, which has got a little Princess Leia, little "Help me, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope" hologram.
Oh wow,
cool. Which is kind of nice. There's also a sand person
as well.
Oh yeah, I should do. Yeah,
you should have made your screen big.
There's also a sand person as well. Yeah, it's looking here.
Oh yeah.
What? Which is nice as well. Yeah. And my final thing is I got Brickheads, which is Lego's kind of collectible Funko Pop type thing. You basically have to build like these kind of. Do you remember super deformed Japanese manga characters? They had like small bodies, big heads. That's kind of like the Funko Pops. They used to call them SD characters. Anyway, so this is Din Djarin himself.
Oh, cool.
Which is very nice, and which is a brickhead, and he also comes with his little companion, in his little bassinet.
Oh, that's
which
cool.
is even nicer.
That's brilliant.
And he can be removed from said bassinet, so you end up with a little Grogu,
baby, in his
little pram, which is a very nice bit of kit. Some really clever.
Can you call that a bassinet?
I mean, I guess it's a pram. It could be a bassinet. It could be, whatever you want to call it.
Never heard that
Can't
one.
go back in. You know, I heard of a bassinet.
No.
Like,
If you said to me bassinet, I'd say, all right, is that a woodwind
if I say
instrument?
bassinet, you say pram,
Tuba.
tuba. That's a trumpet. So yeah, that was. I got other bits and pieces as well. But that was kind of the major sort of bits and pieces that I got this year.
Very good. Oh, I got Mando jammies as well.
Mando, did you?
I'm not wearing them. I'm not wearing them.
You're not wearing them just now?
Or
you're not wearing them ever?
Oh no, I wore them last night.
Oh, okay.
It was nice.
All right, cool. Do you want to talk about? So yeah, for Christmas, Christmas Day we did the usual present thing, Zoomed people, and we had normally we go out and watch a movie. This year we stayed in.
Yeah, because your usual Christmas is an out Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's Mandalorian.
It's not in. Aye.
Mandalorian.
Obsessed.
I can't even think of the name of it. What's it called? Oh God, there's people screaming at me in Canada just now. It's not Mandalorian. What the hell is the name of that bloody place now? Anyway, we go to Chinese Mandarin. That's it.
The Mandalorian.
We go to the Mandalorian.
We should change it to that.
No, they should change it to that. I'd be sued by Lucasfilm. So we go to the Mandarin and then we go for a movie. However, obviously, times being they are, we're now under lockdown apparently until January 23rd as well, as of midnight on Boxing Day. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm to be a red alert thing.
That's what this is us. Yeah. So anyway, so we can't do that. So we stayed in. We had a steak, which is very nice. We had a little filet mignon.
Yes.
Nice? It was lovely. Anime cooked it.
Was it cooked?
It was beautiful.
Did she cook it to your liking?
Yeah, it was medium rare. Yeah, medium. Medium rare.
Well,
not well done. No. And then we went downstairs and we watched Soul.
In your cinema room.
In the cinema room, and I believe you watched it in your projectionator.
Yes, in our projection hub.
Should we talk about Soul?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to mix up a little bit because we both saw Soul, so it makes sense to sort of do like a bigger review type thing of Soul.
Yeah.
And then we can talk about the other bits we watched over the last couple of weeks. But
yeah, totally. Aye.
So what did you think of Soul? So it's Jamie Foxx. God, I'm getting all the names wrong today, aren't I? Jamie Foxx starring. Tina Fey was in it as well. Richard Ayoade was in it, which is nice to see. Terry was played by. Terry was played by a Kiwi actress. I can't remember her name. It escapes me, but she plays the Jeff Goldblum's sidekick in Thor Ragnarok. That was Terry. Anyway, so what did you think of the Disney Pixar Soul?
I thought it was very heavy, a very heavy concept that they pretty much pulled off, I would say. I did enjoy it, but the concept was like, even I think for kids, concept was heavy. And for adults, I think even for adults, it was a heavy concept. But for kids,
luckily though, it wasn't. I was going to say, luckily though,
I did enjoy it. Yeah. I thought it looked incredible though. As well, didn't it?
The first time you see him, so memorable this movie. I can't remember any of the characters' names. I remember she's called 22 because I thought that was funny. the fact she was 22, but because there was they were up to 425 trillion or whatever it was. Anyway, the bit where the he's in the classroom at the very start and they look in the corner and the American flag's there and he's got pictures and stuff. I actually thought it was a photograph. It just looked so amazing, and New York looked amazing as well.
Oh,
like just everything looked amazing.
The crowd scenes in it. That must be the first time they've really done something like that. Crowd
I think so.
Like
yeah.
In a Pixar.
Yeah.
What did you think then?
I really liked it. It wasn't a Christmas movie though.
No.
It was too. It was far too heavy for a Christmas movie. You want something kind of light and frothy and kind of silly almost. Yeah. And I don't think that was the movie. But it wasn't a bad movie. A lot of people are giving it kind of
heavy
shtick because of it, because it was too heavy. But I mean, it wasn't Interstellar heavy, but it was still. There was a lot of interesting themes in there about, and the whole thing about the
to deliver full
to deliver like this. Yeah, this whole thing about spark, your purpose, and everything is like it's built into you, and it isn't. It's just it's a journey. It's that whole the journey's the reward, and you may never find that, but so long as you're having a good time going through the journey, then that's your reason to be alive, kind of thing. Yeah. And he doesn't realize it. The teacher guy doesn't realize it, and 22 doesn't realize that until they cross paths, and then they both help each other through to understand what the meaning is. And I thought it was really well done, but again,
it was. But it's basically the bottom line is it's a movie about death during Christmas. Do you know what I mean? It's like
in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Really want that.
I don't want to say it was tone deaf because that would be har funny ha playing on the fact there's a musical theme to it, but it was. I don't know. Troublesome. the subject matter.
I think that's the thing. I think what we wanted from Pixar, only Pixar could do this as well. Do a movie like that about death. And
this is the most Pixar movie of Pixar movies. It's like, what if X had feelings? And it's like, what if Concept had feelings?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? It's like seeing when they pitch an idea like that. If they pitched that at Disney Studios or somewhere, they'd be like, I don't think so. No. Whereas Pixar embraced that type. We'll see that as a challenge. Yeah, we'll do a movie about death and release it at Christmas.
And we'll make it fun. Although all
pandemic.
all power to Disney, though, they gave it the go-ahead. They said, yeah, you can have this. Well, maybe they forced their hand or whatever. I think it would probably done quite well at the box office. I don't know if it would have done as well at this time of the year. Maybe they could have released it and done that kind of March, April, May time period, or maybe May time period when you get into the blockbusters. Yeah. I think it might have worked out a bit better there. It was certainly the most adult. Like they've done this a couple of times. I think to be honest, I think it's better than their last outing. No, second last outing, which was another kind of similar-ish concept, which I think was Pete Docter as well, which was Inside Out. I didn't really like Inside Out. I much prefer.
I was going to say it's very. They're kind of on a par, those two movies. But I'd say Inside Out gets it because it's a bit more joyous, but still quite deep.
There's still that
Soul isn't even a kids. It's not a kids movie. It's
there's the Forgotten Place as well. You know, the bit where the Snuffleupagus guy ends up in, which is this kind of like phantom zone. That was kind of similar to the In the Zone with the lost the Lost Souls part.
Aye.
And he gets stuck in this kind of rut thing. They
Yep.
basically free a guy that works in the city, and he's like, yeah, and he like throws all these triple monitors to the wall and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that was
right.
fun. Like, I don't think there was bits in it where I was laughing out loud, and it wasn't it wasn't devoid of laughs. And I think to have a movie like that, if you didn't put any laughs in it, folk would be like, what the hell are they thinking? Like, they had to have the laughs in there, like the introduction of the cat, which I thought might have been annoying.
Aye, that was good,
but it wasn't. That was really good. Graham
That
Norton's character was hilarious.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And Richard Ayoade as well. He was really good. It's Richard Ayoade. What were you expecting?
Sticks out like a sore thumb because
he really does.
Yeah, sticks out because he's the English accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And so there was the old Terry, the accountant, trying to right the wrongs of this one missing number that she was obsessed with. That was funny as well. Right. And then she terrorized that guy. The bit in the barber shop was amazing. Like that whole spiel where 22 was talking to the barber, and he said, "How come you never brought this? How come you never talk like this when I'm in the chair?" And he's like, "Well, you never brought this stuff up before." So it's all like, you're the one, you should have known to talk about this. Like, I'm not,
it was heavy stuff.
But anyway,
it was the fun. Another funny bit was when he falls down at the beginning. This is heavy spoilers, but when he falls down at the beginning of the film down the manhole,
it's like 2 minutes into the movie. It's not exactly spoilers.
No, but I'm just meaning what we've been talking about, or
how he dies,
discussing it heavy. But and then he ends up in this escalator going toward the light type thing, and he's like, "Well, a minute," and then he starts running back the way type thing. Yeah. I thought that was quite funny as well.
That was funny as well, and I liked the bit where he falls through, and he ends up in the Great Before, in this field, and there's all these creatures called Jerrys, and
that's right,
Jerrys and Tims, and all these little budding wannabe spirits. And they're all like taking the mickey out of him. They're all dressed as him at one point because they think it's funny because he's got the hat on and stuff. It was good.
I mean, the concept was like, wow.
Oh yeah.
It's like mad. What would you give it out of 10 then?
I think.
I would always do this, but
I don't know. I'd give it a solid 8. I think I gave it 4 out of Letterboxd. I gave it 4 out of 5, so that would be 80. So 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I'd probably give it a 7
for effort.
Solid film, but must do better.
I think it fulfilled its promise of having soul.
It's not so much must do better. It is the kind of heavy factor, and it is the grim factor of it being a bit deaf and all that. Yeah. But it was good.
Yeah. So what else did you watch over the festive period?
Well, we just finished watching Wonder Woman 84.
Ding 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 ding
which was getting pelters. Getting pelters on the old
internet.
And some people. Yeah.
That's good.
I actually thought it was quite good.
Okay.
And it was another kind of good concept. A kind of what if it's like basically, I'm not going to spoil anything completely, but it's this guy that is able to grant wishes.
Is this Pedro Pascal's character?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he grants wishes to himself, and then he eventually grants them to everybody, and the world just goes crazy. And Wonder Woman's got to fix it.
Got to stop him.
It's pretty weird. Nice and colourful movie as well. I think we enjoyed it better than the first one. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it better than the first one. We watched George Clooney's new movie on Netflix.
So did I.
The one about. What did you watch that as well?
Yeah. I finished watching it today with Felicity Jones.
Yep. Yeah. Packet of crisps. I bought her pretzels. I think that's her tucking into them right
Is that
now.
the pretzels?
Anyway, yeah, we watched it a couple of days ago. I really quite enjoyed it actually. I was more keen on the bits with George Clooney and the wee girl though. I thought those bits were better than the bits in space.
Yeah.
Until it kind of focused in the space, but then it got good again. But
yeah,
I quite enjoyed it.
I found myself flashing forward. So Netflix has got like when you watch it on your phone, it's got a skip 10 seconds button on there.
Did you keep doing that? Did you?
And I found myself there's a bit in it where they've got to go. So they're going from. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, George Clooney's got this movie out called The Midnight Sky, which is based on a book.
Aye.
And and it's about a post-apocalyptic Earth in 50 years' time. Not even 50 years' time. It's 2049, so it's 30 years' time. Where basically we've done something. Some catastrophe has befallen the planet. It's not mentioned at all. It doesn't really matter.
It's not, is it? No.
Yeah, it's just like that's when it all started. Is I think he says in one broken transmission to the ether spaceship, and he's decided to stay behind because he's got chronic kidney failure. I think that's the reason why he's like, well, there's no point in me going. So some people leave. You don't know where they're leaving to. I've no idea. But there's this one spaceship that's gone out to search for a new planet that we can then colonize and then go on to. And it felt to me very much like Interstellar.
Wait a minute. Aye, but wait a minute though. I'm getting confused. That spaceship is coming back from that planet,
yes,
but doesn't know about the catastrophe, doesn't
yes.
it?
So for some reason, well, there's one good reason.
So he's that's a lot to old ladies fighting over scones. So he basically is trying to send them
away.
No, I'll pay for the scones.
It's my turn.
No,
you paid
I paid the last time.
No, I paid last time.
No,
you paid last time. No, it's my
because
turn.
you paid for the tea biscuits, so I'll pay for the scones. Anyway.
Oh, get your sail away. I paid for
Anyway. So he is trying to send them a message to say don't come back to Earth because we're all foobarred.
Busted. Busted. Broke.
Yeah. So he's got to get to a communication satellite station so that he can send a message.
So this is the bit that I can understand. So he's at some Arctic observatory with a whole bunch of families. With a whole bunch of families. Yeah, let's not spoil this one. He's there with a whole bunch of families, and he has to because it's in the trailer for this thing, which is one of the reasons why I want it. So he says in the trailer, we need to get to this other station that's got a much more powerful antenna than we've got. And you look at his station, and it looks like it was built by Elon Musk. And you look at this other station, and it looks like it was built by me. So I don't know why he thinks my station is going to be better than the one that Elon Musk has built, but whatever. So they head off into the wilds, and that's kind of part of the story is his journey.
And that's where we'll leave
station to that other station.
Because we don't want to spoil it. And plus, I think we need to watch it.
But there's also another.
I think we need to watch it again.
No, I just watched it. And then there's also the other story of Felicity Jones and the crew of the spaceship coming back from the K-23 planet or whatever it is they're at. There you go. Yeah. See, sorry.
Yeah. No spoilers, so we'll leave it at that. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
I thought it was okay. Yeah. I did flash forward a couple of times, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We watched. God, God, do you know it's Spider-Verse is constant rotation until it. I told Danny the bad news that it's coming off Netflix. I think next month, is it? Or end of this month?
You should have got them in Blu-ray.
Yeah, I didn't realise that until they were started talking about it last week that it's coming off. And I'm like, all right, I thought it'd be on forever that you could watch it. So I
Don't
might
use his
probably
Christmas money to buy the Blu-ray.
get it. Of course, I. In fact, yeah, I was going to get them to speak to you.
Sorry. No.
Well, Danny's in bed anyway. But
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? We watched Singing in the Rain on Christmas Day, Christmas morning.
Did you?
That is just a 10 out of 10. Aye, man, that's a 10 out of 10 movie. What a joyous thing that is.
Uncle Gene.
I didn't realise. Yeah, exactly. We've watched that a lot of times together. But because of the Gene Kelly movies we watched, you forget that a lot of those great scenes were in that movie. You know, so it's a while since I watched it, but it's cracking, brilliant film, love it, joyous.
The one where he's dancing with
Joyous.
Jerry's not in that movie, though, is it?
No, that's not. No, that's not. But the scene, I can't remember that. The make him laugh. You know when he runs up the wall.
Yes.
Does the backflip. He runs up the wall, backflip, and all that. That's you should YouTube that scene, man. Everybody watching here, YouTube that scene. It's great.
Google's it.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. We've been gaming. We've been watching stuff. We've been, we did karaoke last night.
Did you?
On the projector.
Did you win?
It's kind of like a pub. It was like we had it in here, and it was like a pub because we had like the karaoke was on, and it was also on in the laptop because that was where it's coming from, the source for the projector.
Yeah.
So it was like how you've got a TV in the corner, but you've also got it in a big projector. So it was like a kind of bit of a pub atmosphere in here. It's good. We were all singing far too loud. So I'm surprised the police didn't come to the bloody door. Anyway. So what was your other viewing?
We watched Scrooged last night. Finally got around to watching Scrooged this year. Richard Donner classic.
Nice.
A few nights ago, Sam said, "I've never watched The Usual Suspects," and I went, "Oh, let's go watch The Usual Suspects then." So we sat and watched The Usual Suspects. Back when we didn't know any better about certain people involved with the project. Such a great movie, though. Really good movie. We also watched Ava as well with Jessica Chastain and Colin Farrell and John Malkovich. Did you like Bourne?
I've heard that noise about that film.
Yeah.
Heard it's a bit.
It's. I wouldn't say it's trying too hard because at some points I didn't think it was trying enough. Oh, Gina Davis is in it as well. I actually thought they were going to tie it in with A Long Kiss Goodnight, but they didn't.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of disappointed about that. And then finally, movie-wise, we watched Holmes and Watson, which came out the same year as Rise of Skywalker. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, I wish I'd seen that movie instead of Rise of Skywalker. It's just this... Yeah, it's Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. And they play these bumbling ineptitude versions of Holmes and Watson. It's not the funniest movie you've ever seen, but it's not bad. It's kind of slapstick, kind of stupid. Just the kind of tonic you want for Christmas, to be honest. It's just that kind of dumb movie. It's not.
I've heard bad things about it, but
it's not hilarious. It's not laugh out loud. It's not Step Brothers funny, and it's not Talladega Nights funny. But it's okay.
Well, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, TV wise, we watched.
I like them together.
Yeah, they're hilarious together. Steve Coogan's in it as well, so that's nice to see Steve Coogan and John C. Reilly in the same scene together.
Oh,
cool. And who else is in it? Rob Brydon's in it. He plays Lestrade. Yeah.
Does he? Oh, good.
Okay. TV wise, we've been watching, still watching Superstore, but we watched James May Cook, which is his cooking show on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really good. It's a great wee cooking show. I think he can cook.
Yeah,
but
it's quite good.
And then we watched last night Death to 2020.
I wonder how that was pitched.
I don't know. So they've all got. So the three of those guys.
I watched that.
Have got. You're breaking up, so you're slightly out of sync.
I am.
Yeah. So the three of those guys, James May, Jeremy Clarkson, and Richard Hammond, they've all got to do 3 separate shows because apparently that was part of the contract with Amazon. So James Cook is the first one out the gate. He's doing Cook. Jeremy Clarkson is doing a farming show.
Right.
He's become a farmer, so he's doing a farming show. And Richard Hammond is stuck on a desert island, and he has to use science to get him off it. And he's there with Tori from the White Rabbit Project and Mythbusters. So one of those guys.
Right.
Anyway,
I thought that James May's one was the James May in Japan.
This must be a bonus one then. I don't know. I think the James May in Japan might have been X in Japan, and they got James May. I don't know. I don't know if it's a W Chump and Son production or not. The James May one. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a good point actually, because this is another Amazon show that he's got. The Japanese one was really good though. I thought he did a really good job. Travel.
Oh, it was great. Brilliant.
Really good. He's a modern day Michael Palin. Death to 2020, which is Charlie Brooker's annual screen wipe, I guess, for all intents and purposes, because he doesn't do them anymore. It's being critically panned. It's getting 1 star from the Independent, and no one likes it. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, because people can't see the humor in things. I don't know what it is. I thought it was great. A cast of literally thousands. Samuel L. Jackson's in it. Lawrence Fishburne narrates it. Hugh Grant's in it. What's a face from?
He's getting a renaissance these days, eh?
He is, isn't he? Yeah.
He is. He really is.
Leslie Jones as well. Diana Morgan's in it as well. Although she didn't play Philomena Crunk like she normally does, she just played this other character, but she did really well. I thought. Yeah. Leslie Jones was hilarious in it. Hugh Grant was really good as well. He played this kind of. Who's that guy? The historian guy with the little round glasses. He's in everything. He did like a whole bunch of like historical things. It felt like he was ripping off that character. Anyway, I thought it was great. I thought it was a fantastic show. Sucks the fact
I enjoyed it.
Probably going to be the last one, but never mind.
I enjoyed it, and it was funny because he doesn't hold back, but it's not him. He's the interviewer.
Yes,
and he's obviously written the lines for the people to say it. And the Black Lives Matter one was particularly good with the soccer mom and all that.
Yes, that was really good. Yeah,
getting her opinion and opinion of the black. What's her name from Ghostbusters? Leslie Jones. Yeah, who was good in it as well. It was really well done. Really liked it. And it doesn't hold back. It's good.
No, it doesn't. No. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I liked Samuel L. Jackson talking about the George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and all those things there. And he was comparing it to the virus, the police force to the virus, and I thought it was
That's
a
right.
good
Yeah.
take on it.
Yeah.
Um,
That was good.
and then finally, didn't know this had happened, but I was perusing. I think it was Gina Carano on her Instagram account, or maybe Migna Wen actually. Anyway, I was flicking through all the people I follow on Instagram, and he mentioned that Star Wars Galaxy Season 2 is up. So I immediately launched
Of course.
Disney Plus app and sat and
Yeah.
watched the first hour of it. My God.
Mm-hmm.
The technology involved, like
Mm-hmm.
the bit with Ahsoka Tano, when you see her lightsabers, those are practical effects. Like the lightsabers light up. It was just like crazy. Like that. The whole episode was really great. Like Tamura Morrison doing the haka was awesome as well.
I know. Yeah, that's right. It's funny they never really advertised it. I only knew about it because there was clips shown on YouTube. And it was specific little clips of Mando or Tamura Morrison or George Lucas with baby Groot and stuff. Baby Groot, baby Grogu.
And he was sharing it as well, and
So I actually went on to Disney Plus and went on to Mando and then found it there. But it's not like advertised that I could see.
No. It's now part of
documentary. I really enjoyed it.
So hopefully there's going to be more. They'll release one a week. There's a nice bit in it as well where Dave Filoni's he's directing the robotics guy, and he's saying to him, he says, just get him to look up at Dad, and then like really, but not like a kind of like just a kind of just the fact he said look up at Dad. Confirmation as well that they refer to him as Baby Yoda as well. Like there was a few cast and crew that were talking about Baby Yoda this, Baby Yoda that. It's kind of nice the fact that it was like they're as big a fan of the franchise as we are, and why would you not be if you were going to be working like that?
It definitely shows, doesn't it? The fact that where they've taken it, and you were also sent a link to me about because we were talking about the artwork, the concept artwork, and there's a book out.
Yeah. Oh, and also confirmed James, who's long said that it looks like they've been taking things from Ralph McQuarrie's concept art and just making them reality in Mandalorian. Apparently, that is what they're doing. Is they're looking back at all the Ralph McQuarrie stuff and going like, "Oh, that's an interesting thing. Let's borrow that." And so
that's what they did with Rebels as well.
Yeah.
They did that with the Rebels animation to call it as a concept. Because one of the main characters was the original concept for Chewie.
And that's it. Do you want to talk about? Actually, do you know there's a lot of things in the Death to 2020 that I was like, that happened this year. And one of those things was there was a whole bunch of movies that got released that you and I completely missed. So we thought we'd missed. Jody actually found this. That wasn't me. But we thought we'd go through them. And I'm going to try and share it on here. This is from Rotten Tomatoes, as they call it, in the good old US of A.
There's a lot. There's movies we saw this year, but there's a lot of movies we missed.
Yeah.
What I did was I went right to the end because it goes from lowest score to the highest, but the low score is still in the 70s, 70%.
Yeah.
I don't know how many exactly there are here in this list, but
there's a few. I'll just scroll. I'll go up to here. There you go. The Social Dilemma was 87%, and that's 151st. Borat was 86%. and that's 154th.
So all of these movies are, quality movies.
Yeah.
According to Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
See if you go right to Swallow. That was one of my favourite movies of this year.
Yeah.
Swallow. Did you see that one?
No, I haven't yet. No, this is
That was really good.
This is a low rent Jennifer Lawrence, Haley Bennett. Yeah.
God bless her.
I'm going to say that. I mean, I'm just saying that they can't afford to get Jennifer Lawrence, and so they get in an equally talented actress.
She's a fine actress, and she's great.
She's a fantastic actress. I don't mean that. I'm just saying that her star has not risen to the same level. She's cheaper, basically. That's what I'm trying to say.
Keep digging. Anyway, keep going. Don't go too fast.
Don't go too fast.
She said. Why don't you go right to the end?
Chicago 7,
and then go, from best to last.
Enola Holmes got 91%. You went best to last. All right, okay. So I mean number one then.
Yeah.
Okay, number one was Miss Juneteenth.
Aye.
I don't even know what this is.
These movies have got 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are. Oh, His House. I want to see that one. His House.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Genuine scares through every corridor. His House is a terrifying look at the spectres of the refugee experience and a stunning feature debut for Remy Weeks.
I want to see that.
Okay. Crip Camp, a disability revolution. As entertaining as it is inspiring, Crip Camp uses one group's remarkable story to highlight hope for the future and the power of the community.
Nah, it's not
Nah.
Not gripping me. Did you see that one, Sloan, The Host?
No.
That was very good. Very scary. It's basically a Zoom call that goes wrong. A seance.
Oh yeah, Sam was talking about that.
That's brilliant. Yeah. Dick Johnson dead.
Dick Johnson celebrates a life with
Lifetime
bittersweet.
was convinced
Never interesting. Driveways.
Driveways, never heard of.
No. Mucho Amor.
Did you watch that Mucho Amor?
No.
Did you watch that?
What is that? An absorbing and affectionate tribute
one.
Individual Mucho Amor should prove fascinating for Walter Mercado fans as well as first timers. So what's that about? Half.
It's basically this. He's like a kind of clairvoyant guy, in Mexico. And but it's just you keep thinking that it's going to be like one of these ones where he's exposed as some sort of, because he dresses almost quite feminine looking, like a kind of Liberace type, but larger than life type figure. And you keep expecting it to, or I did anyway, I kept expecting it to be some scandal at the end that he's like, done something bad.
Yeah.
Pushed somebody in a pool or whatever. But it's just joyous. It's a beautiful film.
Okay.
I'm glad as well. Glad it went that way.
Welcome to Chechnya.
Yep.
So this is illuminating an urgent call to action. Welcome to Chechnya portrays the horrors of mass persecution of the LGBTQ plus community in the Chechen Republic with tenacity and tenderness. So there you go.
See that LGBTQ thing? That is just going to get bigger and bigger, isn't it? Alphabet soon. I
mean, that's what the plus is. I think that there is actually. I can't remember I used to know it off by heart, but it's a long list of letters. All in the fight for democracy. This must have been quite popular this year in America. So all in the fight for democracy lives up to its title is a galvanizing rally cry to voters. Good grief! Can you read that? Rallying cry for voters to exercise and preserve their right to be heard. I mean,
I've got it on my phone here. I can probably read it better than you can because I know your eyesight's gone. and so's mine. So, Athlete A follows a team of reporters from Indianapolis Star as they investigate claims about abuse at USA Gymnastics. That sounds a bit grim.
It does.
City Hall. Epic look at Boston city government covering racial justice, housing, climate. It's a bit boring. House of Hummingbird. Set against the backdrop of rapidly expanding Seoul in 1994, a lonely 14-year-old Yeon-hee moves through life like a box of chocolates. No.
Like ellipsis.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah. Oh, do you know what I've done? I've lost my place.
All right, okay,
Give me the
I'll
next
take it.
ones.
So Rewind is number 30. I'm not going to go through them all here because we'll be here forever. In
No, I know.
his kind of personal memoir, Sasha Joseph Nillinger revisits his childhood and the events that tore apart his seemingly perfectly world. So there you go. And then if we just sort of skip to the end a little bit, I'm trying to see if we can see one
that we might recognise.
Totally Under Control. I haven't watched yet, but it's in my watch list.
Oh, is it?
I think.
I've not heard of it.
I think it's what do you call it? Prime Video one. It's advertised a lot in my Fire Stick, so I think it's Prime Video.
Right, okay.
Hamilton, 98%. The first musical I ever liked.
That's not true.
That is true. I've never seen a musical. That was the first musical I've ever seen.
I used to watch them all the time as kids.
Oh, like Grease.
Have you ever seen Wizard of Oz? No further questions, Your Honor.
Corpus Christi, we have that.
Have you ever seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
That's not a musical. That has musical numbers in it. What is it? I don't recognize any of these movies. Disclosure.
Too fast.
I know. Well, it's because there's 200.
I'm amazed the amount of films I've missed this year.
Soul gets 97%. So there you go. Soul's 97, but it's 47th in the list. And the reason I'm scrolling is because there's just so many blooming movies. Why don't you just die?
Why don't you just die? That one.
He has just won objective to gain entry to his girlfriend's parents' apartment and kill her father. There you go. Saint Maud. Oh, Jennifer L's in that one. The Go-Go's. Is that about the band themselves? Oh, okay.
Belinda Carlisle. Sounds interesting.
Elisa Bello.
I'm going to go through this list, by the
way. What the Constitution means to me.
This list makes me feel like I've not watched a single movie this year.
Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon. Did you know there was a Shaun the Sheep movie?
What does that say about me?
96%.
It's not a 96% movie. I suddenly don't trust this list.
Let's get to what's the 100th movie. Let's go to that one. We'll just skip ahead and we'll end it there. The 100th movie is The Outpost. Never even heard of this. Scott Eastwood, Orlando Bloom, based on true events, a team of US soldiers stationed at the deadliest outpost in Afghanistan are relentlessly attacked by. You'll have to rent it and find out.
That sounds good, actually. That sounds good. There you go.
So anyway, that was the 100th episode.
We have missed every single movie. We've missed every single movie this year apart from Shaun the Sheep, Armageddon. Thanks, folks. Good night. That's what that list says, practically.
I just scrolled up 4 times there and I still haven't seen any of those movies. Anyway, on that bombshell,
it's mad,
I think we'll end there. If you have got here so far, Oh man, I need a drink. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. You'll get timely
You got
reminders
this
when we
far.
put a video up. And if you liked this video, smash the like button and share on social medias like Facebook and all that kind of stuff. I think I'm
yeah,
actually
you
coming down with a
smash
cold
it.
'cause I'm feeling nosy and kind of stuff there.
Oh no.
It's a cold. It's a cold with frizzy hair.
Okay.
I need a haircut. But yeah, I think that's us. Jody, anything else you want to chat about?
I think we're going to be back on Thursday, aren't we, for old Mando season 1 chat?
Wednesday, I
No,
think. It's Wednesday.
are we doing it Wednesday?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
Wednesday, of course, because
yeah, because Thursday's New
it'll
Year's
need to
Eve.
be Wednesday. You're right. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So
And we'll have James back on.
Yeah.
COVID.
Hopefully he's feeling
COVID,
better.
Yeah, he's got a touch of the COVID.
We should have mentioned at the start of the show. Sorry, James. He's probably watching this.
Hope you're feeling better, James.
Talk to us about it. Yes, we both hope.
Yeah.
Hope you and the family are feeling better.
Brilliant. Yeah. In fact, the kids have got it as well. Yeah. Hope you're all feeling better, James.
Yeah. Anyway, we will see you. Hopefully, all three of us will see you on Wednesday.
Christ.
That's you saying Thursday.
Yeah.
And until then, thank you all for watching. Goodbye.